Hello, and welcome back to the Android Alarm Clock app. So in our last video, we finally finished, well, at least the initial part of our spinner. So we were able to finally export the sound ID from the drop-down menu, basically the long ID, and we were able to pass that to the receiver, and I think we call this like whale ID or something like this. We were able to pass it to the receiver. So this is all done. Woohoo! So now we can work on our service logic. So we take the whale ID that was passed to the receiver, and we pass that to the service, the ringtone service, and then when we have that, we basically do this logic, series of logics. If it's 0, you play a random sound file, 1, sound file 1, and so on and so forth. I noticed that I have a random sound file here, and but when I start up my spinner, it just starts off with the first option. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add an item first here. So I'm going to say pick a whale sound. So that's going to be it's going to play a random one once we finish this app. Alright, so we last left off in the receiver where we were able to pass the whale choice in. Yeah, it's called whale choice, not whale ID. So now let's pass it into the ringtone service. So pass the extra integer from the receiver to the ringtone playing service. I just realized we're not passing from the main activity here, we're actually passing from the receiver. I made a mistake last time, so anyway, we're fixing that. So it's our service intent, we put our extra, and we want to pass an int value. So this one's going to be whale choice with an underscore, not a space, and then we are going to pass which I'll get your whale choice, which is an integer. Excellent. So now let's fetch it in our ringtone playing service. So we fetched our string values here. So fetch the whale choice integer values. I'm going to fix this comment here from the alarm on alarm off values. So just so I remember what's going on. So string whale whale ID. Let's just call it whale sound ID. Whale sound choice. That's good. So it's intent, get extras, and we want to get an int. Yes, that's good. And our int is whale choice. So here's I'm gonna something get int. What's going on? So so it's expecting an int. I don't understand. So it's saying it's required string but found an int. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. Get string. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a log here. Whale choice is, and I'm going to actually log the whale sound choice so I can see what's happening here. Alright, so I'm going to start up my my emulator. I'm going to run this, and then I'm going to pause and start up when I have that running. Okay, so I was looking at this, and your viewers are probably like, "Oh, Anna, this is so obvious. Why is it complain that it's a string?" Because I said it's string over here. Obviously, it's an integer. There. So now it knows it's an integer. And I'm just going to change that to cast that to a string. So now it should work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run this on my emulator, and we're going to first check that our integer has been successfully passed to our service, and then after that, then we can actually work on the logic, because we can't work on our logic until we make sure that our integer can be passed around to enter the if-else statements. Alright, so I'm going to just log level only the errors. Yeah, we have a service leak. I don't know how to fix that, to be honest. Alright, so we are just going to wait for my emulator to run the app. And while we're going to do that, we are actually going to start the code here. So here you have the Notify Manager. That's great. So this initially, I'm going to smooth the code. It just starts playing the song, but actually now we are going to start play the song, the whale song, depending on the past whale choice ID. Excellent. So our logic is going to inside the we want to put it inside the if no music is playing, then the user press alarm button. And logic series, it's an if else and an if else. If our whale choice ID is called whale sound choice. So if whale sound choice is equal to 0, then we have to do something. Else, if whale sound choice is equal to 1, do something else. And how many numbers do we have? So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 of these. How's my emulator? Still chugging along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we have an else just to close it out. So I'm just going to fill this out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whoops, 12, well, it looks like I need one more, 13, and then an else that just in cases we need something else. Jeez, what's with my emulators? It's really slow. What if yeah, alright, sometimes it just does that. Alright, so let's pick a whale sound. How about the moo? So this should be, I believe, so I don't know if you can hear that. Let me check to see if my speakers are on. So let me try that again. Um, this time, just put on my speakers. We're gonna do the contact moo. See if the moo actually goes off. Contact call moo. Here we are. So we are in the receiver, yay. What is the key alarm on? And the whale choice is number 2. And that's correct because it is the 0, 1, 2, the second one. Ringtone extra. So we are here. We have made it to the ringtone state. Whale choice is 2. So we know we are being passed successfully to the service. And we are successfully also making it to this if-else loop, because it says if there's new music and you want to start, and there you have our log right there. Alright, so I'm just going to stop this whale sound. Alright, so we know that it works. Excellent, so now we can work, confidently work on our if-else statements, knowing that they will actually be going in. So, if it is a whale sound 0, then we want to play a randomly picked audio file. And actually, we'll write this later. We'll write the easy stuff first. So, we actually want to copy or cut that and put that we want to put that in the if else. So we want the humpback, bubble, and vocals. That should be the first one, right? Yeah, so it should be in the same order that I have it in the raw file here. So I'm just going to slowly fill this. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this comments for the rest of them because it's just going to be the same thing, and then I'm going to save some coding space. Alright, so I'm going to slowly fill this out, and then I will come back when I have successfully filled out the rest of them. Alright, so I finished all of them, and basically a long if-else matching up with the raw audio files, and in the else I just had if it somehow gets a number, a weird number, just have it play a killer whale. I think that's the most distinct of all the sort of whale sounds. Everyone loves killer whales. So here, if they just pick the first one, which is pick a whale sound, and I guess they just forget to pick a whale sound. I think they should still have a whale sound, but a randomly picked one. So we'll do that by first getting a random number from 1 to minimum number from 1 to 13, because that's how many files we have, or at least I have. I didn't spell maximum right. Alright. So, normally it would complain that, what if whale sound is null, but, you know what, I'm just going to assert that whale sound. Can it not be null? No, we don't need this. Sorry, I was just being weird. Okay. So now let's pick a random number. So random number is equal to new random. and we'll just import that class right there. So the integer random number is equal to random number, whoops, not is running, random is equal to our whale number. Ooh. Is equal to random number, and we do it like this. And I'm not sure exactly why this works, but we do our maximum number minus our minimum number, and then we add a 1, and then we add a minimum. So let's just work out why I had this code here. I don't know why it works. So our maximum minus our min is 12, and then we add a 1. I don't know why we have this, to be honest, because it's just going to be the same. Actually, we're just going to have maximum number. Plus our minimum. We'll just see how that works out. I think it should work. And if not, if it doesn't work, then it'll just play a killer whale sound. If we have a lot of killer whale sounds, probably not good. So I'm just going to have a log random number is, so I will just look at I'll play my app over and over, and if I see a weird random numbers, then I'll be able to look at it on my log file. So you know, that'll be a good way of seeing what's going on here. This needs to be a comma. Alright, so it should tell me, so that's going to be a log. And now, and we're going, so this is kind of weird, but we're basically going to do the same thing we just did for this one. And we probably should make a method for it, but I find it easy just to have, I don't mind really a big if else statement. So if it's 1, then we do the bubble net, and if it's 2, whoops, else if 2, then we play the second one, and so on and so forth. So it's basically like all this in there. So I'm going to go off camera, do that, and then come back. Okay, so basically I have this whole if else statement all nested into the first pick a random number, and the random number being a randomly picked number. Okay, so we should be done. So I'm going to run it up on our emulator. And I'm just going to preemptively check our service logic, our to-do list. And it looks like something's starting up. So let's just wait. Awesome. Excellent. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to say pick a whale sound. I'm going to set the alarm. Quickly. Yes. Whale transfer, so our random number is 9. Yes, so our random number is working, taking something between 1 and 13. And some sort of, what is 9? It's a wheeze blow from the humpback. Yeah, it sounds like a wheeze blow. Excellent. I'm going to get alarm off. And that should be it. We have an app that in which you can play these sounds. Actually, I'm gonna try a whale song with an outboard engine, just to see if our uh, outboard engine, if that works. Because we know our randomly picked spinner works. We don't know if the other one works. So we'll just wait for 2:36. Let's just exit app, see if our notification works. Please exit fast enough. You know, Andrew has an exact firing for alarms, so here we are. The notification works when you click on it. It automatically goes away and it pulls up the alarm. And this does sound like a whale song with an outboard engine, so I think that works. We're going to take alarm off, and it stops. So, yay! We have done everything I wanted to do. So we have an alarm, we can set the alarm, we can pick a random whale sound, and we can pick a particular one that we like. You're done. Great job, everyone. Thanks for watching. And I'll put this source code on GitHub so you can just look at it. You don't have to look at my video the whole time. And if I make any more adjustments to the whale alarm clock, I'll just make a video. But I think we're done with this. Thanks for watching. Bye.